How to counter enemies in dead-ahead zombie warfare. These are the enemies that will appear in today's video. No more talking. Let's jump in and break them down. Before going into each enemy, here are two annoying weather conditions in dead-ahead you should know about: toxic fog and snowstorm. Some of you might not know much about snowstorm yet, but toxic fog is probably familiar. If your units don't have poison resistance, your whole lineup will steadily lose HP. That's why the medkit is essential if you want your team to survive longer in battle. More importantly, once you unlock the medkit's special ability, it can remove poison effects, and any unit standing inside its area won't lose HP. You should also consider buying the support turret equipment. It doesn't lose HP in toxic fog, isn't affected by range reduction during snowstorm, and it has several other useful effects against zombies that I'll mention later. During snowstorm, all ranged units have reduced attack range, which makes them easier targets for Spyder limb and psi attacks. So make sure your melee front line, especially heavyweights, can hold the line well. If they fail to act as a proper shield, even your best ranged units will likely fall. That covers the key notes about fighting in toxic fog and snowstorm conditions. Now let's move to the first enemy in today's video, Marauders. From the start of the map to the end, they don't change much, just adding Brute and Looter. For Brute, when he dies, he turns into tough blue. Use strong ranged units to take them down, and place high HP units like heavyweights in front to block them, since they often land critical hits. If you follow this tip and still can't beat them, your lineup is probably underleveled. You'll need to max your units, gear, and charms. It sounds tough, doesn't it? It's okay though, I believe you can do it. Next is the Looter. He can buff his allies with a defensive inspiration effect that gives them 25% resistance to bullet and fire damage. But it's not too scary. A max level red barrel can wipe him and his allies out quickly. Combine that with a damager unit that has bullet and melee resistance, you will win pretty easily. In short, when fighting Marauders, a red barrel and a damager with bullet and melee resistance perks are two things you should have. Now let's move on to the first zombie, Paramedic. When fully charged, it becomes immune to damage. Besides sacrificing a unit to force it out of charge mode, here are some better tricks. 1. Use tactical gear on ranged units. This ignores 50% of the enemy's bullet resistance. Polina, with her special ability unlocked, ignores 40% bullet resistance and can still deal damage during the charge state. 2. Use units that can apply burn effects, for example, Carlos, with special ability unlocked. When Paramedic is burning, it will automatically release lightning and exit the charge state. Electric stun from Willy or freeze from Dr. Norman can also damage Paramedic without triggering the lightning discharge. 3. Recommended support items are Red Barrel, Molotov Cocktail, or Nitrogen Tank. Demon. With its area of effect damage that hits your entire lineup, letting too many demons appear will make the battle much harder. Tips. Try to eliminate demons as early as possible. Use a medkit to maintain your unit's HP. Puffer. Moves very fast, rushes toward your units, and deals critical damage along with poison. Tips. Use units that can block its attack, such as Rodriguez. His team power ability allows him to attack continuously without any delay. Carol and Mechanic are also good choices thanks to their special attacks. Or you can use a red barrel or an obstacle to block the puffer's first attack. Escapee. When she dies, she immediately revives in a second form with complete fire immunity and very high bullet resistance up to 90%. Tips. Use tactical gear on your ranged units. Combine with units that can knock back or stun her to secure the kill and keep your formation stable. Psi. Spyder limb, Hypnotist. These three zombies are hard to approach because of their special abilities. Tips: ranged units play the key role in taking them down. Protect your shooters with a strong melee front line so they can deal damage safely. Heavyweight units are especially useful as durable blockers. Recommended support items are turret or red barrel. For Psy, because it has fire resistance, you'll need 2 max-level red barrels to kill it. Spyder Limb and Hypnotist only need 1, since they will burn to death. Egg. When it's asleep, it cannot be damaged by ranged attacks until it is awakened by melee units or by impact from a barrel. Tips: take advantage of the time while it's asleep to build up your army. Prioritize fast-firing ranged units when fighting the egg. Recommended support items are turret or red barrel. Insectoid and Abby. They all share the same trait, jumping into the air to pounce on ranged units. And they also have a common weakness, which is low HP. Tips: use charms that grant armor buffs to ranged units, or combine with scout gear to gain armor after each kill. Recommended support item is turret. A useful trick when using Willy is that enemies will sometimes jump onto him instead, since he counts as a ranged attacker. This creates a safer window for your other shooters. Another useful fact is that if your ranged units stay close to the bus, those enemies won't be able to leap onto them. Cephalopods. Boss in Location 8. Tips: prioritize fast-firing ranged units and low-cost fighters. Recommended support items are turret, generator. One important fact: Cephalopods fires 3 large laser blasts, which match its 3 phases. After the second laser shot, focus on summoning fighters to finish the fight quickly. If it fires the third shot, you will lose. Sentinel. A robot that shoots piercing lightning beams through multiple units. It also has 70% bullet resistance, fire immunity, and cannot be knocked back. Tips: use tactical gear on ranged units. Combine with stun-capable units so your team can deal damage safely. A useful trick: if you drop a red barrel slightly in front of Sentinel, a bit offset upward, it will keep shooting at the barrel even if the shots don't land, giving your ranged units time to chip it down. Twins. An infected prisoner with up to 90% bullet resistance. She's often the first major shock for new players entering Location 8. Tips: use tactical gear on ranged units. Combine with stun or knockback units to open damage windows. If she gets knocked back while attacking, she will often miss. That's why any unit that can push her back quickly is extremely valuable, such as Rodriguez and others. Double Head Zombie. Immune to knockback, 90% fire resistance, and 100% bullet resistance. Tips: use tactical gear on ranged units. Combine with stun units so your allies can deal damage. Charged Zombie. Rushes forward at very high speed, self-destructs on contact, and deals massive melee damage. Besides summoning cheap fighters or heavyweights as meat shields, you can also Use scout gear to block one charge hit. Use red barrels or any obstacle to intercept it. Place a turret early near the target to kill it before it reaches your units. Overcharger launches itself like a bouncing projectile when it detects a target. It can hit up to 4 targets, and the final target takes 7 times damage. Tips: spam multiple melee units to protect your ranged units. Use red barrels and proper spacing to neutralize its attack path. Duplicator. It creates clones equal to the number of units you summon. If you summon 1 unit, it creates 1 clone. If you summon 5 units, it creates 5 clones. It also has fire resistance and often stands outside the main combat lane, making it hard to kill. Tips: Method 1. Because the clones depend on how many units you summon, try using fewer units. Use high-quality units like heavyweights, units with high HP and strong damage, to attack instead. Combine with healing charms and medkits to maintain a solid formation. The second method is to win as fast as possible, before the Duplicator appears. Welder is a typical example of a fast rush strategy. Another small tip is that you can use a turret to eliminate the Duplicator. And those are some tips to defeat the Duplicator. If you have better tricks, don't forget to leave a comment and share them with everyone. In summary, before you head out, let me quickly recap a few key points. 1. Tactical gear is a must-have for every player when fighting zombies with high bullet resistance. 2. Charms are just as important as unit gear. With the right charm effects, your battles become much easier. 3. Units that can stun, freeze, or knock back enemies will be extremely valuable for your lineup going forward. 4. Support items that are never a waste of resources to upgrade include the red barrel, medkit, turret, and generator. At this point, you're already holding about 80% of victory in your hands. Only the remaining 20% of skill stands between you and becoming a true master of dead-ahead zombie warfare. That final piece is gear building. Have you ever wondered how some players can build crit setups that deal over 10,000 damage? Or whether you should choose percentage-based stats or flat stat gear, and which one is actually better? If you're curious about these questions, we'll meet again in the next video, so don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be waiting for you in the newest Dead Ahead Zombie Warfare episode. Good luck, and I hope you succeed!